When Atlanta's star chef Julian Vance vanished one May evening, the city wept with his devastated husband, Gregory Shaw. For 3 years, Gregory's tearful pleas made him the face of a desperate search, a symbol of love and loss. But when Julian's body was discovered inside a rusted barrel, the perfect narrative shattered. Because the grieving husband wasn't just mourning, he was hiding a deadly secret. Oh, a warm May Eve. IGI 2010. Acclaimed chef Julian Vance kissed his husband goodbye. Left for the restaurant that bore his aim. He ever came home. For 3 years, the city of Atlanta was transfixed by the desperate search for the Misi black chef. Led by his grieving white husband, Gregory Shaw, respected architect who became the face of the campaign to fight Julia. The city rallied around Gregory, whose tearful pleas for information dominated local usage social media. But way Julia's body was discovered a rusted barrel buried by a demolished warehouse. A shocky truth bega to you Ravela, truth that shattered the narrative at Lata had come to believe. This is the story of love, betrayal, adligares of the stories we wati to believe. The Va Yishiji. Julia Vatsu was a star at Lata's Kuli Arisia, charismatic, talented chef whose restaurant Vace's table was a gathering place for locals, celebrities alike. His marriage to Gregory Shaw was celebrated as a symbol of Atlanta's progress. Interracial, same-sex couple, at the center of the city's creative class. On May 12, 2010, Julia left home for a Rudy Evig at the restaurant. He ever read her ed. Gregory Fratik called the police the early hours. Julia ever came home. His car's here, but he's go Something G's road G, he told the 911 operator. The Ayashile Investigacio Fudio Sig, S of a struggle at the restaurant or at home. Julia's car was you disturbed? His wallet keys were Misi but the restaurant's cash register was you touched? Was you V'd? C of robbery? The police lackey G leads co-cited every possibility from abductio to voluntary disappearance, but Julia's family insisted he would ever abad do his life, his bucs, or his husbandi, the grieving husbandi. The days of weeks that followed, Gregory Shaw emerged as the public face of the search. Hadia Som articulated visibly devastated. Gregory organized search parties, gave interviews, Louched, a viral social media campaign. The city responded with a outpouring of support. Volunteers distributed Misi posters across Atlanta. Duaetos poured to a reward foodie. Gregory's grief was palpable. Jules, if you could see this please, just come home, he pleaded. O televisio, his voice cracky with emotio. The interracial tour of their marriage. The image of a white ma desperately searching for his black spouse, struck a chord. Gregory became a symbol of love at Lausa Roll. He seemed to habit with heartbreaking authenticity. Behidi, the CE's, Julia's sister to Vac, a high school principal, struggled with her grief at growing doubts. She watched Gregory's public displays his tears, his exhaustio, his meticulous izatio, with a mixture of admiratio adus. He was magnificus ti, his grief, she later recalled. But sometimes it felt like a performance. C. A city more ig. The case we cold. Mo, ths passed. The years. The search parties DWI doled. The use coverage faded. Julia's disappearance became just a other Atlanta mystery. Gregory kept the restaurant op as a Livy G memorial, posted a adversary tributes on social media. Mai Tai ed his image as the city's most tragic widower. The police, Lackey G, Avid CE, treated Gregory with defer CE. He was, after all, a victim. Suspicio fel stedo, Julia's Busi Esparta, Marco Rossi, after Gregory told police about a heated argument over Misi GMOI. Emails provided by Gregory seemed to confirm a rift. Marco was questio his reputation destroyed by rumors AD media leaks. The public, who cry for closure, accepted the narrative. The volatile Italia Busia's part. The loyal husband left Bahi D. But the truth was far more complicated. Discovery I, the Barrel OA, Sweltery G, August Day I, 2013. A demolitio crew, unearthed a rusted 55-gallo steel drum B, the derelict warehouse I, the Eaglish Avenue U neighborhood, aught far from Julia's restaurati. The smell was overwhelming. G.I. sighed, sealed a D-wrapped. Where huma Rameus a da wallet with Julia Vicezide Tificatio. Detal records confirmed whatever Yui feared. Julia had been murdered. His body hit I a barrel for 3 years. The medical examiosi's report was brutal multiple blows to the head, a viola-tagged perso-al attack. The Misi G perso case became a homicide. Gregory was OCE guy thrust I to the spotlight, his grief ow sharp-ed by the horror of his husband's murder. Stud DGO, the steps of their Virgi Ia Hyla D home. Gregory vowed to Fidi, the moster who had killed Julia. Well, ought rest you till the coward who did this is brought to justice, he declared, his voice trembly G with righteous fury. The city wept with him. Duatio sad sympathy poured Iowu. The perfect narrative with the discovery of Julia's body, police vigorated the investigatio. Gregory directed their attatio to Marco Rossi, repeated G claims abuse ESS, disputes at D threats. He produced emails, AD FIA, shell records, that Pi Ted Marco, as AA Gry, you stable ma, with a motive for murder. The police under pressure to solve the high-profile case, focused their efforts Marco. His alibi was shaky. Old argument TSA to me, or legal troubles were dredged up. The media raw with the story, the betrayed Busia's part, the Grieving GSBED's quest for justice. Marco's life was destroyed. He was tried a D-convicted I, the court of public opio, but D.I.'s, Vc. Sorty G through her brother's bellow GIGs for the first time I years. Fu D something G that cha, GD, everything, GD. Everything, G. The ledger hit I, a false comparm T.I. Julia's briefcase, was a small black ledger. It was aught a Busies record, but a private arcuti of Julia's Phi shell struggles. Page after page detailed how Julia had dryad his savvy GSA. Borrowed moai to cover. Failed. Real estate projects, all of them I vestum T.S. Gregory had pressured him I too. Gregory, the successful architect, was I fact hedi geostrigi of professio, al failures. Julia, loyalad trusty G, had tried to save his husband D from Rui. The Fiali try, dated the day Julia disappeared, revealed his plot to Kofroti Gregory with the truth. I have to show him this book. We are the edge of Rui AD, he eats 2K. Oh, I do TK out what will hap, but the secrets are too heavy. The ledger proved 2 Gs. Julia was odd Embezzly G from the Restara T. Odd Marco was Ios T. The real motive for murder was odd Busi ESS rivalry, but desperatio AD fear of exposure. Umaski G the moster, armed with the ledger, DI's Biga, her II vestigatio. She leered that Gregory had take out a multi-million-dollar life. Isura CE policy, Julia just mo THs before his disappearance CE. The policy paid out after Julia was declared legally dead a motive. Far greater thaw the disputed restar at TFUDS, AA Burr. Previously igored by police, recalled Hirigi Viol Tiargum TADA, crashed the IT Julia Va Isht. He lied about everything G, Gregory. Irui, Edus. She remembered Julia Shouty G, followed by CLC. DIs brought her fee DGs to Detective Harris, the cold case investigator. The Avide C was circumstade TL, but compelli G. Motive, Mias AD, Opertu, I2I. All pointed to Gregory. The mask of the Grieving Giazba Dibiga to slip. The Kofrotadio Detective Harris at DDIs, Kofro Ted Gregory, his meticulously designed home. Prese Ted, with the ledger AD, the Avide CE, Gregory's facade crumbled. Calmly, almost cleically, he confessed. He was goiji to rui me, my reputatio, my work it's everything G. He would teal us to riso. He was a threat to the life I had built. So, Ialimi aided the threat. He described the murder with chili G detachment T, the argum T. The fatal blow with a heavy sculpture, the disposal of Julia's body, I a barrel, the frammy G of Marco. Marco was the logical choice. So emotional, so believable. It was the perfect narrative. The aftermath, Gregory Shaw was arrested, a D charged with murder. Marco Rossi was exonerated, but his life odd reputation were irreparably damaged. The city of Atlanta was left to reckon with the comfortable truth. The moster was Autostra Gerai the Ite, but the Ma every OE had trusted the Ma, who had grieved most publicly. The case exposed the dagers of narratives shaped by race, class, AD media spectacle. Gregory's status as a white affluentee, Grieving G spouse shielded him from suspicio, while Marco, the Passio 8 Busies part, became the co-vit villi. The real story was buried beneath layers of performa CID prejudice. Les osu, Lear ed Julia Vacs. Murder is a cautionary tale about the stories we tell ourselves at D, the OEs we are Willie G, to believe. It is a reminder that evil does always come as a stronger, but sometimes wears the face of those closest to us. The city that OC wept for the perfect couple, Ao remembers a chef whose life was stolen by the Ma he loved most. Moves the memory of Julia Vasili Gerza, Remy Dur, that justice, though delayed, can still feed its way through the darkest of facades. A D that sometimes the real moster is the OE Sto DG right beside you.